So you want to look into identify how do you name your variable. Like in Yoruba land, they say Lela Awo Kato Somo Loruko. The meaning is that if you want to name a child, a baby, you look at so many circumstances in the house and everything to name that baby. We are not English people that can name their child gun, eraser, pencil. But in Yoruba land, and I know in many culture in Nigeria, we give meaningful names to our children. So we have a way of naming our babies. Also in any other country, any other culture, they have a way. In computer science to in programming, there is a way, there is a convention you must follow when you want to name a variable. And you must remember that variables are memory locations. So that variable that we are saying, we are talking about memory location. It's actually a memory location. I think I've explained it in previous video. So when you want to name a variable can contain alphabet. It can contain alphabet. It can have alphabet, and it can also contain numbers. But it must not start. It must not start with a number. It must not start with a number or with a digit. It can contain numbers or digits. It can contain alphabet, but it must not start with a number. Okay. But it must not start with a number. So because of that, what that signifies is that, for example, let's give an example. You can't say 2 num and say that is a variable. This is wrong. But you can say num2. This is correct. You can even say n2. You can do it. So it can come within, it can be the last thing. A digit can be the last thing. The digit can be the within, but it must not start a variable name. Then another thing is that's number one. Another thing is that it must not contain special character. So no special character. E.g., maybe all these arts, hash, exclamation, percentage, ampersand, star, any special character. It must not contain any special character. So the meaning of that is that you cannot have something like name hash or something like at hope or atope or anything. So you can't make something like that to be a variable name. Then another thing is that you must not never use function name. So you must never use a predefined function name. There are some functions that are already predefined, like all the CLC that we've used before now and the main that we've used before now. They are predefined by the compiler. You can never use those things as variable names. The reason is that you are going to give compiler a lot of work to do. You will make the compiler to be looking at that variable as a function and be checking for the definition of that function, not knowing that it is not a function, it's a variable name. So you will overwork your compiler. So never use predefined function name as your variable name. Then another thing is that is an ethic for us to easily know that something is a variable. Variable name is preferred to be in lower cases. So use lower cases for your variable name. What I mean is that small letters. That's what I mean by lower cases for variable names. For example, you want to declare a variable and you say name. This is how to write it. Don't say name. Don't start with a capital letter. A capital letter can be within, especially when you are joining two words together. Like when the other time I was using first name. So you can do something like this. First, then the second word is name. Name. You can write something like that. But you should not start with capital letter F, because the point is that the compiler easily identify anything that starts with capital letter as a constant. We have two types of data. We have variables and we have constants. Constants are always in capital letter. So that's why we prefer to make variables to be in small letters. So when you write like this, it is wrong. This is wrong. So, but you can write like this. Capital letter can be within, but it should not start it. It can end it, but it must not start it. So, use lower cases for variable names. Then, identifiers are case sensitive. You can see some things are coming out bold, bold, bold. Those things that are coming out bold, they are reserved words. They are keywords. They are keywords. We will still talk about them later. That's why they are coming out as bold, bold, bold. C++ already identify case as a keyword, for as a keyword, or as a keyword, not as a keyword. So that's why they are coming out bold. So now, back to number 5. Identifiers are case sensitive. So what it means is that when you declare your variable and you say int score, and when you want to use your variable, you now write score. The compiler is going to tell you that it doesn't know this particular score that you are using, because this one is starting with capital letter, but the one you declared starts with small letter. So it is case sensitive. This score, though the same spelling, and this score, they are not the same thing in programming. Then another thing is that apart from the fact that you must not use predefined function name, then also never use keywords. So don't also use keywords as variable names. So all these rules must be strictly followed. Idea 2, if you want to declare, if you want to identify, if you want to give your variable a name, when you're talking about identifiers, you must follow all these rules perfectly in order to have a very good naming convention.